Well, in this video, I'm moving a water meter. It's a task I wanted to do. I've moved it once or twice before. Didn't always have the water meter to start with, to be honest with you. We had just trying to get the water going to keep the house wet, and the wife at the time happy, and the kids bathed up and that kind of stuff. We built some goat watering machine because after a while the wife came home with some geriatric goats, and that's the pond had gone dry. So I used a sprinkler timer and a valve solenoid to water back using the backwashing system that would normally dump into the pond. That got measured eventually. We also had the hose. We didn't really use the hose a lot, so when we first plumbed it up, we weren't worried about how much water we were running out of the hose bib until we got a garden, and we thought, well, maybe we ought to watch that too. So it got moved a couple of times and replumbed and repiped, and it just, anyway, you'll see what is where it is. We did also get a surprise, and of course that surprise, while we're at it, we might as well do something about humidity or humidity alarms. And of course, it's only 20 years late, and hopefully this time our door will last without having the water damage that we got to it. Some years back, not quite 20 years back, but early on when I was trying to measure how much water we were taking so I could do some back calculations on the bleach, I put this water meter in. And it's already gone through one modification, because you see the little takeoff where we take off for the outside spigot there, hose bib. That little guy right there used to be above it, and I couldn't tell how much water was going through the hose. So what I've done now is change that around. This sits this way, been this way for years because we went on city water and it just wasn't needed. What I want to do is come over here. This is our raw water sample spot right here, so we don't have to leave our chemical plant. So there's a flow switch, our raw water. We come up through this loop, come down here. This is the injection. Some basic sediment filters right there. But I want to take that meter and put it right here. This has already gone off on me beeping because of the high humidity. I had to leave the door open because as I took this little section out to see if I could get this to fit. One of the things I want to point out, if you do any kind of plumbing over a period of years, your parts, you need to remember where you bought the parts and hope that they don't change suppliers, because these parts don't always match these parts, although they're the same trade size. The thread is different, and so it makes for some choppy, patchy work. Like, let me see if I can figure it out. Over here, here's a little bit right here, down here. This was put together from a couple of rotten pieces or reloaded pieces so that we can save as many parts as possible. A slip, 1.25" slip coupling is an 1.25" slip coupling, so the brands really don't matter there. Only time it really matters is on your threads on your unions. Now here is a clamp. We call them Mineral X. I don't know, it's probably a brand name, but they're just a strap for pipe hanging. I'm going to hang it horizontally, so what I've got going on here is I've set a piece of all thread at the end, glued it with some cyanoacrylate. You can use Loctite if you want. We've got a washer, we've got another washer and another nut, and we'll stack it up into the unistrut, which is also a brand name. Well, we might have a little bit of noise and a little bit of echo because we're in the room, but you see we've got it relocated, minimum number of parts. No water is flowing and it's right side up. Now we should be able to tell from here on out what the actual water coming to the pump house is. Now I think the reason I didn't have it done this way before was back in the day the sulfur was so high it'd absolutely eat brass and copper in no time at all. It's the reason on well water you probably want plastic piping with a minimum number of metal fittings. So we do have the chlorine injection after the flow switch. See, the flow switch is right here. It's a sales switch. So it comes up. Got a... Hey, appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, if you will. Subscribe to the channel, either the YouTube or the Rumble channel, which this appears in. And if you can, check the notification bell or settings to make sure that you get notified when new videos are posted. Appreciate it. Right here, it's a sales switch. So it comes up. Got a check valve here, keep it from backing up. Then the flow meter, which would be just aerated water, wouldn't have been treated by this point, goes through, has the chlorine injection, would come through the filter, pre-filter, eventually end up in this big thing right here, contact tank, runs around here. Oh, by the way, there's our little test port if you want to check our chlorine levels conveniently by the chlorinators. And then we come over here and this mollygog goes stuff right here. Now, down here at the bottom, we replaced top part of this, which is nothing but a straight piece of pipe. You notice we have the old yellow-fied plastic, by the way. You boys who are liking your computer games and your little white stuff because it's so bright and pretty, this is what your future holds for you. Plastic will turn yellow. Most of it will turn yellow. Sure enough, there's a little holder piece below that section of union right there with the discolor, because one of them is schedule 40, one of them is schedule 80. Hey, but the threads worked. That was good enough for me.
Well, welcome to country life. That's been a couple projects ago, and now we have a spontaneous leak of some sort. I certainly hope it's not in that well-made 6. So we got a paper towel. We're going to go to where we relocated the meter and check all of our unions and see if we can figure out why we are wet at the bottom. And there it is. Now, we did let this thing dry several hours before we tried to put pressure on it, but there it has sprung a little bit of a leak at that coupling. We have plenty of them, so we'll have an ugly coupling here and an ugly coupling there, and we'll splice that and redo it. Why it could go a couple days, a week or so before it started leaking, I don't know. Well, in our box of magic, I did find another union. I have several for emergencies. I don't know if this is one or not. But with the union at the top and none on this right side, it does take a level of expert care to get this side here to line up right dimension. So what I might do to avoid getting the angle, see how I matched up last time with the red mark, I think I might just go the easy way out because I'm old and tired this morning, unlike yesterday, which I wasn't old or tired. So here we go. We'll put this in here, I think, and we'll come up about halfway in that long stick so that if we do have a problem in the future or we can't find mating parts and something needs to change, we'll have room to splice it. That's why I don't like to go directly into a fitting unless it's something that's easily replaced. Now, this is regular threads. That's not a problem. It's this side down on the bottom. These things, your manufacturers don't always get the two mating halves of the unions to match. Well, we've got our system back together. Did put that union in. Makes it easy, I guess, take that top off. Anyway, I just hate to use my unions. That the threads, you can't always get them to match. But anyway, it's been pressurized for a couple hours. Been in town at about 5 o'clock. Had a fan on, dry out the bottom. Concrete was kind of soaked, so we let it set. For this type of glue, it requires 2 hours to set if we put pressure on it versus what I normally use, which takes 1 hour. But anyway, we let her time out, got it, and don't look like it's leaking. Let's cross our fingers and hope this is the end of this particular project. Well, that's it. That's the end of this particular project. Glad you watched with me. It may not be something you're all that interested in, but you'll notice we got some curves and twists in this thing, partially for certain numbers of pipe diameters away from the water meter, certain pipe numbers, diameters away from the injection point. We use, of course, that mechanical filter as a static mixer on top of that. We got bypass. It's a big job to run a halfway decent water system yourself. Some people are just lucky and they can just suck it right out of the ground, dump it into a tank, pump it into the house. Well, I don't have anything wormy, germy, or whatever in there. I do have the bacteria that like to make that rotten egg smell. Hopefully we've got that properly treated. See you next video.